Alright, welcome on back everyone to another episode of First CSP, the channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America, both past and present. Today we're going to take a look at Yucca 573 out of Texas. This was originally formed in 1937 as a name change from El Paso Area 573 and existed all the way up until 2024 when it merged to become part of what is now High Desert Council. Let's head on over to the patch table and take a look at a pre-CSP associated with Yucca Council. This is listed as the T-0.5. It is recorded as being produced for the National Jamboree in 1957, defined with its brown cut edge border, blue sky, and red letters. These are generally referred to as Yucca Dome patches, colloquially. You can see here. And this one is cloth backed. This is the T-0.5. There was another pre-CSP they produced for the 1960 National Jamboree that had a same shape and imagery, but it was a rolled edge border as opposed to the cut edge border we see here. There were multiple production runs to my knowledge of both of these patches, so there is some slight variation amongst several of the cut edge ones and I believe some of the rolled edge ones. So there's at least 2 or 3 production runs that may have existed for each. They do list the cut edge, this T-0.5 as the 1957, and they list the rolled edge as the 1960. Really excited to be able to bring this to you. This is probably one of my personal favorite pre-CSPs in the collection. This happens to be a really clean one. And I just like the very simple, iconic imagery, and I also love that they carried that forward in the first few official post-1970 CSPs. So you're going to see the same design then put into a standard CSP. All right, taking a look now then at the first issue, T1 for Yucca Council is going to be this patch with a light brown border, light blue sky, red letters, and most notably a rounded A in Yucca. That is the differentiating factor between T1s and T2s. And we do have the T2s to show you for comparison. There's 2 variants, T2A and B, to go look at as well. The T1 here is a gauze cloth back. These can be a little more challenging to track one down. You just don't see them quite as often with the rounded A. But that is the first CSP post-1970 issue. First issue is that T-0.5 pre-CSP, and then this is the first CSP. They followed that up with the T2. This is the T2A. Essentially, it's the same patch. We're just looking at it with a pointed A. So light brown border, blue sky, red letters, specifically a pointed A. I do believe there were multiple production runs of this, so there might be some variations within the patches themselves. This T2A is also a gauze cloth back. You can put this up against the T1, and we're going to see obviously a very stark difference in the shape of the A, and that is the defining characteristic between these 2 patches. And then additionally, we have the T2B. It's a little bit easier to differentiate as well because the T2B has a white line that's going to run all around the border. Again, I do believe that there were multiple production runs of this T2B. Ours happens to be a plastic back. I don't know if there were cloth backs that were produced. And I think this may have been one that had multiple variations on T2 that they've now collapsed down to just A and B. Either it has the white line, it's a T2B, or it doesn't have the white line, and it's a T2A. Again, all of these are going to have the pointed A. We can look at the difference here between the T2s. Both of these having the pointed A, and we can see no white line in the border, white line in the border. Obviously, we're getting some variation in the color of the twill. This is a darker blue. This darker blue on the T2B we have here does match up a little bit better with the blue that was on the original T1. But again, here we have pointed A, and the original T1 is the rounded A. So that is the first issues for Yucca 573 out of Texas. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. We have brand new episodes every single day. And remember, all the episodes we have are always available 24/7 on our YouTube channel. Feel free to go back and peruse all the previous episodes. Again, with so many first issues yet to come, we've got lots of content coming your way. Again, new episodes every day. We'll be back tomorrow with a new episode. I hope you guys come on back and check that out as well. Hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one.